everybody, and welcome to this week's Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Monica. And I'm super excited to meet with Monica because this is the first time I've met with Aqua Expeditions. And I love bringing you guys new cruise lines all the time. I think it's just phenomenal, and I love learning along with you. So I'm excited to learn more. So I'm just going to turn it over to you so we can all learn together about Aqua.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. And I'm so delighted to be able to spend a little bit of time with you and to share Aqua Expeditions with you today. Aqua Expeditions is an incredible small boutique luxury expedition brand. And I think as I take you through briefly each of our destinations today, you'll see why it's truly special.
Awesome.
So thank you again for having me. I'm Monica and happy to bring you this presentation today. So, in a nutshell, Aqua Expeditions is luxury river and yacht cruises. The company actually started in 2007 on the Amazon River in Peru. We built the company with the intention of bringing a luxury river cruise experience to the Amazon basin in Peru. And the company has slowly and organically evolved from there. It's always been deliberate choices on where we go next. And we've got a nice little mix here between South America and Asia.
That's
So we
great.
actually have two vessels in South America, or sorry, in Peru, three
Mhm.
vessels in South America, two in Peru. That includes the Aria Amazon and the Aqua Nera, which are on the Amazon River in Peru, as well as the Aqua Mare, which is the first true super yacht sailing in the Galapagos.
Wow.
That one is truly special. We just launched it last June, and it brings something totally new and different to that destination.
Yeah.
Jumping over to Asia, we have the Aqua Mekong, which is our floating boutique hotel that sails through Ho Chi Minh, from Ho Chi Minh to Phnom Penh and Siem Reap, so sailing through Vietnam and Cambodia.
Oh,
And
nice.
then we have a yacht in Indonesia, the Aqua Blu. So
Hmm.
that effectively gives us our entire fleet of river and yacht expeditions with three options on the river and two ocean-going yachts.
Oh,
They
nice.
all are range in size from 16 passengers up to just 40 passengers. So when
Oh,
I
wow.
say small,
You
I
mean
mean
it.
it. Yeah,
That's actually
absolutely.
perfect for multi-generational travel, right? Like bring
It
the aunts,
really
uncles,
is.
grandparents, and you've got the whole ship to yourself. That's amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's such a perfect way to have a privatized sort of travel experience with your family, with your friends, or not. You can book just one cabin. These are all regularly scheduled departure dates, just like a regular cruise. But I think our experience is a bit different than what a traditional cruise experience might deliver. Yep. So we've got the three river expeditions, the two yachts. Now, of course, all of the destinations are quite different from one another. And the
Mhm.
vessels have some differences as well. The big one, of course, being that some are on the river, some are on the ocean, but also some size and design differences. But what you can count on with any Aqua Expeditions experience is kind of these five pillars of distinction, which is a one-to-one guest to crew ratio. So I already mentioned our ships range in size from 16 to 40 crew members, 16 to 40 guests.
Mhm.
So that means we have 16 to 40 crew members as well.
Perfect.
And each of our vessels has a team of naturalist guides on board at all times as well to guide your guests, guide you through the experience, both on and off the ship. All of the vessels reflect modern contemporary design. So whether we've built them from the ground up or they are yachts that we've purchased and completely refurbished, they all
Mhm.
reflect a signature Aqua Expeditions design aesthetic throughout.
Oh, I
And
love
then, of
that.
course, yes, of course, the most important thing is the destination.
Mhm.
People often ask us, what comes first, the ship or the destination? It's always the destination.
Right.
We decide where we want to go, and then we build or bring a boat to that destination that we
Mhm.
think will best showcase the destination. With every itinerary, we weave in wildlife, adventure, and cultural experiences. And those, of course, are all authentic and unique to each destination. So think of things like piranha fishing in the Amazon, biking in Cambodia, or diving in Raja Ampat. And all of
Goodness,
the
beautiful.
excursions and activities are always included as
Oh,
well.
that's good. Okay.
Yeah. We also partner with world renowned chefs in each of our destinations to deliver a very localized culinary experience on board that highlights the best flavors of each region. And it also takes it a step further in our responsible travel initiatives by supporting local communities and sourcing about 80% of the food and drink that we serve on board is sourced locally. And of course, that ties into responsible travel.
Mhm.
In addition to that kind of closed loop food and supply chain, we also feel that it's important to support local wildlife conservation efforts and supporting the local communities and the environments in which we travel in. And so we're part of a number of different initiatives that help us achieve that.
That's great.
That's a quick, in a nutshell, who we are at Aqua Expeditions. And I want to get into some of the exciting parts and tell you a little bit more about each of our destinations.
Yeah.
So
And
let's
before
start
we hit
first.
on that, one thing I think
Yeah,
that's super important for everybody watching this to know, which I thought was great when I learned it, is that when you had your ships built, you really used the local people and local materials as well. And I think that that's amazing that you're investing so much in the area you're traveling. And I just wanted to pass that one
absolutely.
on too. So, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Sustainability is such an important part of our operations, and that starts from the ground up with us. So, in the build of our vessels, where we utilize locally sourced materials, we support, the local workforce by hiring locals to work on the shipyard to support the build and construction and design of our vessels. So, it's all part of our entire kind of sustainability initiatives.
Yeah, I love that.
One of the things I love most is like the area rugs on our Aqua Nera are actually made of recycled fishing line that has been pulled out of the river. So it's really just taking materials that would be otherwise very damaging to the environment and utilizing them in a way that makes beautiful rugs,
Yeah,
actually.
that's incredible. Wow, I love
Yeah.
that.
So let's talk about the Amazon. It's most people don't know this, but the Amazon rainforest stretches across 9 countries in South America. We're focused entirely in Peru, in the Peruvian Amazon. This is where you'll find the Pacaya Samira Reserve, which is one of the largest protected areas of the Amazon rainforest. And that translates for you to a more authentic wildlife and rainforest experience. So
Mhm.
this area is protected from human influence, including deforestation and growth and development, and it protects the wildlife as well. So for you, that means obviously a much more lush, green, beautiful, authentic rainforest experience, and of course, a more dense population of wildlife like sloths, monkeys, pink dolphins, and so many bird species.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, the Amazon is home to 1/3 of all recorded animal species in the world. So if we have any wildlife fans out there, anybody that's been on an African safari or enjoys experiencing wildlife when they travel, this should definitely be on your list.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Some people think, wow, it's so remote. It must be really hard to get to. Not the case. So we sail out of Iquitos, which is accessible by a quick nonstop flight from Lima, which is the capital city of Peru.
Okay.
So if you're interested in traveling to Peru, sometimes the thing that's driving you that way is Machu Picchu,
Mhm.
Cusco, and the Sacred Valley. So I always recommend, of course, to work with a travel advisor like Kathleen to help design that full custom itinerary that's
Mhm.
going to, of course, include Machu Picchu and Cusco, but why not add on the Amazon for 3, 4, or even 7 nights to add on that wildlife component with us? So
Right.
it's a great add on to the rest of your travel experience in Peru.
Yeah, and it really rounds it out too, because you're doing land and then you're exploring so much in seeing all of that, that, like you said, that wildlife that's right in that area too.
Exactly. It's rounding it out and it's giving you that more comprehensive Peruvian experience. Most
Mhm.
people don't know this, but 60% of the country of Peru is Amazon region, is the rainforest. So to not include it would be such a missed opportunity.
I
So it's a
agree.
great add-on to the rest of an itinerary.
Hmm.
Speaking of the itinerary, we don't go too deep into these details because, quite honestly, you're sailing through a lush rainforest. I promise you won't know where you are any day that you're there. So you'll wake up every morning, you'll look out, and you'll just see beautiful, lush rainforest. So it's not like a cruise where there's ports of call or cities. There are no cities where we're navigating. Iquitos is the main city. It's only accessible by river or by plane. You can't drive to Iquitos. It's the largest city in the world, actually, not accessible by road. So once we navigate out of Iquitos, it's just the rainforest from
Yeah.
there on out.
Wow.
But we do sail year round, 7 nights. And also remember, we have a 3 night and a 4 night itinerary as well. So if you're a bit limited on time, don't discount the Amazon. Just think about our 3 or 4 night as part of that longer Peru itinerary.
Incredible.
And of course, the best way to go there is on one of our two vessels. So our first is our luxury option. This is our Aqua Nera.
Mhm.
You can choose to sail on the Aqua Nera. It's our newly built vessel. It's really set the new standard for luxury in this destination. It features 20 luxury design suites, which you can see pictured there in the upper left-hand corner. All the suites are exactly the same. So you don't need to worry about making sure to book that best suite. Kathleen will take care of that for you, and she will secure one of our beautiful design suites on your behalf. And they all have that beautiful full wall of glass with that beautiful uncompromised view of the rainforest beyond.
Yeah,
Other
that's
amenities, I know it's absolutely stunning. It's
mhm.
like a floating rainforest lodge or a base camp, if you will. It kind of meanders into the rainforest, but you come back and enjoy luxury between our excursions and activities.
Hmm.
Other onboard amenities that you'll enjoy include things like a full spa with 2 treatment rooms, a full gym, a theater, a library, and a billiards room. So this
Wow,
vessel is small but mighty. It packs a punch with just 20 suites. It's got some incredible amenities to enjoy on board.
amazing.
Our deluxe option is the Aria Amazon. It's a little bit smaller, 32 passengers with a maximum 32 passengers with 16 suites on board. But once again, they're all beautifully appointed with natural woods and beautiful materials incorporated into the design of this vessel. It was really purpose built for the Amazon. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner a sneak peek inside the design suites, which once again are all the same on board the Aria Amazon.
And I
The
love the floor to ceiling windows. I think that's just
Yes,
spectacular to wake up to those views, and oh, that would just be
to
stunning.
just lay in this bed and see the Amazon rainforest go by and to hear monkeys and birds in the distance. It's so relaxing.
It would
And I
be.
will add your Wi-Fi connectivity in this destination is somewhat limited, which is a really nice thing.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
We also have some beautiful spaces on this vessel, just a little bit more smaller scale than the Aqua Nera, but it's a great deluxe option for cruising the Amazon rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
Despite or regardless of which vessel you choose, you'll have the same excursion experience, the same experience with our guides, and the same culinary program on board. And there are so many experiences to enjoy in the Amazon, from jungle walks in search of birds and reptiles to kayaking, piranha fishing, and even biking, which is available on the Aqua Nera. So a number of great activities, all focused on soft adventure, a little bit of cultural interaction with some village visits, perhaps meeting local fishermen, perhaps going into Nauta and seeing what's sold at the local market that day. So a really great balance, of course, really centered and focused on the rainforest experience.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's a quick trip through the Amazon. I'm going to quickly jump up to the Galapagos, a little bit further north here in Ecuador. So, for those that don't know, the Galapagos is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's the world's largest protected biosphere. It consists of about 18 islands, and it's about 600 miles off the coast of Ecuador. It's a highly, highly protected area. Beautiful, pristine islands that have indigenous wildlife that have evolved over thousands of years to thrive in the destination. You've got species that are endemic, like swimming or marine iguanas. So there are
Mhm.
iguanas that actually swim in the ocean because that's how they needed to find food. And so they've adapted over time. There's also not a lot of natural predators in this region. So the wildlife is not afraid of you. So it's very approachable. As you can see, one of our divers just diving and swimming alongside some seals on the right hand side of this
That's
picture. So
incredible.
it's an absolutely amazing wildlife experience.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. And I love that they come right up to you. Like
Oh,
they know that
yeah.
you're not a threat. You're there, to admire them and to watch them, so they could just come right up to you. And that's just phenomenal.
Exactly, exactly. And with the Galapagos, we have two itineraries for you to choose from. There's a 7 night East Islands and a 7 night West Islands. And that's it. We've kept it very simple. So, two itineraries to choose from. There are some logistics involved, which, of course, Kathleen can help you navigate through how to get to the Galapagos Islands. We do provide an option for the flights from mainland Ecuador to make it really seamless and simple. And so you'll just get yourself to Quito or to Guayaquil, and then we can take over from there.
Great.
make for a seamless arrival into the islands. Of
Yeah.
course, don't forget you can combine the 7-night East and the 7-night West Islands to create that ultimate 14-night Galapagos itinerary as well.
Yes.
Now, the thing that's truly special that we've brought here is our
Mhm.
vessel. Uh, Sadly, there's about 80 vessels that operate in the Galapagos on a regular basis. So to bring in a new product is a challenge, one that we were happy to accept because we knew what was missing. And that
Mhm.
is something that truly checks the boxes for small and luxury. The
Right.
Aqua Mare is the first true super yacht in the Galapagos Islands that
Mhm.
operates on a regular basis. So every Friday, we have a 7-night sailing, and you can book just one cabin. Normally, if you'd want an experience on a vessel of this caliber, you would need to charter the entire yacht. And not all of us have the budget to charter a full yacht.
Absolutely not.
Yes, but
Um,
those that do, this is a great option for that as well. It's 7 suites for a maximum of 16 guests.
mhm.
So it's a great charter option for groups of friends and family that like to travel together.
Mhm.
Or you can book just one cabin and have this seemingly private yacht experience
Yeah.
without the private yacht price tag.
Absolutely. That'd be such a phenomenal experience because it is, like you said, it being so small, so intimate, you just feel like it's your yacht, right? And you're just there
Exactly.
and you get
Yeah,
to know
just
everybody else
16
on board.
guests. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of space to enjoy and to move
Mhm.
around. So if anybody's feeling a little hesitant about being in such a small group with people you don't know, there's multiple outdoor deck areas. There's different dining venues so we can accommodate diners at small tables or large tables if they choose to
Mhm.
dine together. We've got a beach club, as you can see in the center bottom photo, which is a great place to relax. So there's, and of course, your beautifully appointed cabins are really nice to relax in as well. So
Oh,
there's more
absolutely.
than enough space for
Mhm.
the 14 to 16 guests on board.
Wonderful.
And then wrapping up in the Galapagos, just highlighting some of the excursions. Of course, it always comes back to the destination and the adventure options that we have. We, of course, include all of our excursions on all of our vessels. And in the Galapagos, that'll include activities like kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding, snorkeling, as well as land-based exploration with hiking and trekking with our naturalist guides, visiting the Galapagos giant tortoises and their natural environment, snorkeling with penguins and sea turtles. The list is really just endless. So each day is filled with a number of different options. You can choose how you'd like to spend your day, and you'll set out with our guides to really discover this destination in a very intimate setting with just 6 to 8 guests per guide.
Right. Wow. Incredible.
Shall we shift to Asia? Let's
Yeah.
go for it. We'll leave South America behind on our little quick whirlwind tour here. Our first stop will be in Vietnam and Cambodia. Cambodia is one of my personal favorite places in the world. It's actually home to a UNESCO listed site called Angkor Wat. It's a temple complex that you'll find in Siem Reap. And this area is just a treasure trove of relics from the Khmer Empire. So, incredible cultural experience, unique interactions with locals, and a fascinating, somewhat dark and sad history that is incredible to take a closer look at with our cultural guides that sail with us on board the Aqua Mekong. Of course, you combine that with Vietnam, which is busy and bustling, and you have women with the conical hats in the markets, and so much action and activity happening in Vietnam. So they're two countries of contrast
Mhm.
with some similarities. And then the backdrop, of course, of beautiful rice fields and temples in the countryside. It's just a fascinating
Mhm.
experience to visit this part of these two countries.
Yeah, and it's
We,
neat to see the oxen in the other corner too,
oh my
because
gosh, I
they plow
know.
their fields just
Mhm.
the old way, without the
They
electronics
do.
to do it. Yeah.
They do, yeah, and that's Cambodia is. It's I always say when you cross from Vietnam into Cambodia, it's as if somebody hit the mute button because, and it's not that Vietnam is loud, but it's just so much bustling
Yeah.
activity. And then you cross into Cambodia and you'll
It's
see,
just
the
serene.
ox plowing the fields, and it's quiet and pastoral, and you'll hear a wedding, ceremony off in the distance. It's just an area, a region of just contrasts, and
Yeah,
it's really quite beautiful.
absolutely. Yes.
And in terms of exactly where we are, so we're in the southern Mekong, lower Mekong Basin, so between Cambodia and Vietnam. So our itineraries, we have 10 of them. We won't dive into those today,
Hmm.
but we sail for 7 nights from Ho Chi Minh to Siem Reap during certain times of the year during high water season. But we also have 3 night and 4 night sailings. So, for those of you that are interested in traveling throughout Asia, perhaps a multi stop, multi city itinerary throughout different areas of Vietnam and Cambodia, perhaps even Thailand or Laos, you can incorporate a 3 night, a 4 night, or a 7 night sailing with us
That's
into
great.
your itinerary.
Yeah, I think that's great
Yeah.
because that's a nice option to kind of extend things when you're there and just to
Yes.
see a little taste of the land, and that's
Well,
great.
and not everybody wants to devote a full 7 nights to a river cruise because there
Mhm.
is so much to see in this region. And we
Right,
know not everybody has weeks and weeks to travel. So
right.
to have the 3 or the 4 night option is great. It
Mhm.
often will fall in the middle of your itinerary. So maybe as you're going from the top of Vietnam, working your way down, you'll board in Ho Chi Minh and then sail with us to Phnom Penh for 4 nights. It's such a great, and then maybe get off and fly to Siem Reap. It's
Right.
such a great way to break up the itinerary with all
Mhm.
of the flights and hotels, to come on board, to unpack once, to relax, and we'll even do your laundry for you. So it's really nice to have in the middle of your
Yeah.
entire itinerary as a little kind of break. But have no doubts, you are off the boat, you are exploring the destination, you are on the go. There's plenty of activity to keep you busy for those 3, 4, or 7
Oh, I
nights that you're
bet.
on board. And that's just a glimpse of the itinerary to show you
Beautiful.
a little bit of where we go.
Love it.
Our Aqua Mekong is the most
Mm.
unique and exclusive way to visit this region. It has just 20 suites for a maximum of 40 guests.
Mhm.
We have the largest standard rooms on the river. It's really designed to be like a floating boutique hotel. It also offers a full spa with 2 treatment rooms, a full gym. We have an infinity plunge pool, which you can see pictured there in the left-hand corner. That's my favorite place to relax after a biking excursion with a nice
Mhm.
cold glass of lemongrass infused iced tea.
Oh,
It is
nice.
wonderful. It's the perfect place to relax.
Beautiful.
And our excursions, of course, are all centered around cultural and historical experiences. And we'll include things like market visits, visits to pottery villages, temple visits with Buddhist monks. I think the most important thing to highlight about our excursions is that the places we stop and the places we go, you will see no other cruise lines there. You'll see no other groups of travelers. We're really able, because of our size and because of how nimble we are, with our own fleet of skiffs to operate our excursions and our own team of guides, we don't have to rely on any outside support to run our excursions for us. So it allows us to go into places that nobody else is going. So
Which is
it's truly
perfect.
special.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. That's great.
Yeah. So, on our last stop today on our whirlwind tour through South America and Asia, we go to Indonesia. We launched the Aqua Blu in Indonesia in October of 2019, and of course, had a bit of a pause there for a couple of years while
Mhm.
Indonesia was closed. But now we're back. And this is one of the most interesting itineraries that we have. Indonesia as a whole is comprised of over 17,000 islands. We
Wow.
know that most people think of Bali when they think of
Yeah.
Indonesia, which is great. We all love Bali, but
Mhm.
there's so much more to
Right.
see and discover in this region.
Mhm.
Our
And it's
itineraries,
really so strong there. Look at all that. Wow.
it's incredible. It's beautiful. It's there's literally so much to explore. So many uninhabited islands. So much incredible wildlife and adventure awaiting you in this region. We also are able to navigate here year round because we visit 3 key regions. So that includes the Komodo Islands,
Mhm.
that includes Raja Ampat, and it includes the Spice Islands. So depending on the time of year, you'll
Mhm.
find us in one of those 3 regions.
Beautiful.
This gives you a little bit of a lay of the land.
Okay. Mm.
So for the months of April to September, the Aqua Blu will be based in Bali and navigating to the Komodo Islands. Then for the months of October and November, we'll be based in the Spice Islands. And the months of December, January, and February, you'll find us in Raja Ampat. And the reason we do that is to your benefits, to stay ahead of the monsoon season and make sure
Mhm.
that we're positioning the vessel in the right part of Indonesia for optimal weather.
Yes.
And it
Great.
allows us to showcase 3 completely different and unique regions of Indonesia, all of which have kind of their own unique set of characteristics and activities and experiences awaiting you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what a great way to do it. And then you can
Yeah.
keep going back and experience something completely new next time. And that's awesome.
Exactly. This is a
Yeah.
fairly new vessel to launch. We've already had guests that have experienced one itinerary and have already come back to experience another.
Yeah.
Or they came on one of our 7-night sailings in one of these 3 regions and decided they wanted to stay longer. And that's where our truly special 12-night itineraries come in. So
Okay.
whenever we're moving the vessel at the end of each season, for
Mhm.
example, when we move from the Spice Islands to Raja Ampat at the end of November, you'll have a 12-night itinerary that combines the Spice Islands with Raja Ampat. And that
Oh,
only happens twice a year,
yeah.
once when we go up and once when we come back down.
Beautiful. Wow, I love that.
And I'll end by showing you, of course, the Aqua Blu. I'll talk a little bit about the excursions and highlight some details there. But the Aqua Blu is the first and only long-range expedition yacht in Indonesia. So it's the only vessel of its kind. I
Mhm.
have to tell you a short little story about the history here because it's really fascinating and it lends to why the experience is so unique.
Mhm.
So the Aqua Blue was actually built in 1968 as part of the British Royal Navy. It was a naval explorer ship for the British Navy. It
Hmm.
was decommissioned from the military. Some people see that and they think it looks a little military-esque. It was decommissioned from the military and sold at an auction to a private buyer in 2007, and
Okay.
he turned it into his private yacht. In
Okay.
2008, we bought the vessel and we gave it our Aqua Expeditions touch, and now we
Mhm.
navigate it here in this destination full time. So,
Wow.
the reason I tell you that is because it highlights the build of this vessel. It was built for power and for
Mhm.
speed and for stability. So, it's the most comfortable, fastest,
Oh,
smoothest, safest way to experience the destination.
yeah.
And
Wow.
of course, it's also a beautiful plush yacht.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true because it would have the right nose to get through the big waves and all those
Yes.
logistics I don't fully grasp, but it makes for a smooth sailing. No,
Exactly,
that's all that
exactly.
matters to
And
me.
some people are worried about motion. If some of you out there, I'm not really a cruiser, cruising's not for me, we're probably the perfect cruise line for you because we really appeal to the non-cruisers out there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's okay if you think cruising's not for you, give Aqua Expeditions a try because I think it's a very different experience, both on and off the ship. And this one is actually equipped with what's called quantum zero stabilizers, which only allow for about a quarter of an inch of movement. So it's really fascinating how
That's
strong and
something. Wow.
stable this vessel is.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it always comes back to the destination. Our Indonesia itineraries are the epitome of adventure. You've got options, range of activities, including snorkeling, diving, hiking, trekking, stand-up paddle boarding, kayaking, and so much more. You
In
can see on the
paradise.
left hand, I know it really is. This is like the last frontier. It's truly for the explorers out there that want to experience pristine natural beauty in comfort and luxury on board Aqua Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And just leaving you here with a couple more photos. Those Komodo dragons are fascinating. They can grow
Yeah.
to be up to 6 feet long, and we see
Oh,
them in their natural environment, thankfully, from a distance.
yes. That's not one you're going to want to walk up to.
Yes, yes, we see them in their natural environment. We respect the wildlife, so we give them their space, and we also acknowledge that they are ferocious little creatures. So we
That's right.
also give them space for safety.
Mhm.
But they're truly fascinating to see.
Mhm. Yeah, cool.
That wraps up our little whirlwind tour. I wanted to just end by highlighting our special virtuoso amenity that's
Yes.
available exclusively for booking with our friend here, Kathleen at Plenty of Sunshine Travel. You'll receive a complimentary
Oh,
massage. I had mentioned a few that we have massage
yeah.
rooms or spas on 4 of our vessels, and then on the Aqua Mare, which is just a little too small for a spa, but
Mhm.
we do provide a special champagne dinner experience
Goodness,
for booking
yeah.
with you, Kathleen.
Well,
So
that's
thank you so
incredible.
much.
Yes, no problem. Thank you for putting all that together. It's absolutely
Absolutely.
stunning. I loved seeing all those areas. That's just really neat. And I really appreciate you walking us through and seeing what the difference is with sailing with you. And that is just a phenomenal difference, especially, the stability and how you just position yourself not to get caught in those storms. And I think that that's great,
Absolutely.
putting the guest needs first for everything, right?
Absolutely. And the unique thing too is that all of our destinations are year round. So that's something that's very unique. Most cruise lines will have vessels that they'll reposition from one part of the world to the next, but
Mhm.
we're truly specialists in each of the four destinations that we operate in, and we keep our vessels there year round and offer you opportunity to travel with us year round.
Wonderful. Yeah. So if any of you have any questions at all about Aqua Expeditions, just reach out to me at info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com and I will absolutely get back to you. And I mean, I've got Monica's cell phone number, and if I'm stuck, I'll just
Absolutely.
reach out to you. So that's the benefit by booking through me, because I know all of you guys, and I've got the in with Monica here. So
Absolutely. Reach out
great.
anytime.
That's wonderful. I hope you guys all have a great week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this week's cruise chat with Monica from Aqua Expeditions. It was really, really phenomenal to see the areas that they sail, how they care so much about the area that they're sailing in, the areas they're bringing you to. And I loved how they kind of navigated around the weather, how they make sure that you're not going to be caught in a monsoon and you're going to be taken fully care of and have the best experience possible when you're sailing with them. And I absolutely adore that. I think it's great for a cruise line to do that, and it's great for them to care so much about you. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Explorer Journeys, and I am really looking forward to that as well. It's always fun to meet with Patricia or Amy, whichever one has time to meet with us. And I absolutely love learning along with you guys. And I hope that you've subscribed to my channel so that you can get notifications when these videos come out. I try to put them out every Thursday. Sometimes I'm really busy. It depends on, how many bookings I'm doing, what's going on, because my clients will always come first. But I try to put them out every single week. And it's better if you're just notified and you hit that bell so that you know when I upload a new video, because there's so many great cruise lines I'm meeting with. And I just finished Virtuoso Travel Week, actually 2 days ago. And I got to meet with brand new cruise lines. So I'm going to be bringing you Atlas, Ponant, Uniworld, A and K, so many great things. I'm just so excited about bringing new cruise lines to you guys, and I hope that you are too. I'm very much looking forward to it, so I hope you all have subscribed. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you guys next week. And I should also say, if you are interested in listening to any of these episodes on the go, I have them all on podcast form. So it's Cruising the Waves podcast, and I have it on your favorite channels. So they're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, basically all of them. If there's any that you like, and you don't see it, just let me know. But I try to put them all up on all of them, and that way you can get them when they first come out as well. If you don't see it on your channel, you can go hit my website, Cruising the Waves podcast, and you can see it there. Or you could also go to Plenty of Sunshine Travel and it will redirect you to Cruising the Waves. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week when I meet with Aqua. Bye, everybody.